Morning guys, it's Saturday 23rd of March, coming to the end of the season on the club lake, so I thought I'd do another session on here. A bit different to the last session a couple of weeks ago, not so windy, in fact there's hardly any wind, and I've got here about 6:30. It's just come up to 20 to 8 now. Rods have been out for 10-15 minutes or so, and I've already had more action than I had last session, so not that I've caught anything, but I'm getting liners, and I've seen some fish crashing right in front of me, so that's where the baits have gone, and yeah, almost immediately getting liners, so feeling very confident. A couple of guys fishing on the opposite bank to my left, and that's about it at the moment. But yeah, it's looking really good. So I'll show you the swim. So just about where those swans are, just behind where those swans are, those two swans, is where the fish, or a fish or two fish have crashed. Not big, but fish nonetheless. So I've got both rods in that general area with small stringers and small leads, because I didn't want to make too much disturbance. So like I say, I've been getting twitches on the lines. Let's sit on our hands, tidy up the bivvy. I ain't even got the bivvy up yet, still in the bag, and tidy up the swim, get the home sorted, and yeah, fingers crossed. See you in a bit. Okay guys, it's Saturday 23rd of March. Got down here about 6:30, had a look around the lake, took some buckets with me. I went down into the shallows. Conditions aren't great, it's going to be overcast all day. I'll check the forecast before I come. It's going to be northerly winds, overcast, and yeah, no rain, but I thought that's not the right conditions for down in the shallows. I didn't see anything down there, just lots of swans and tufties and whatever, so just a headache waiting to happen down there really. So walking back up, looking at the water, and a fish jumped out straight out in front of here. So yeah, down went the buckets, back to the car, get the rest of the gear. While I'm setting up the rods, another fish crashed out pretty much in the same spot. So I've got both rods over towards where the fish came out. Left hand rod is the Pacific tuna, and right hand rod is the live system, both with the pimped ups like I do. But what I've done is I'll use a bottom bait on each rod and a complementary half a pop-up, so it's a bait and a half, like a snowman rig, and the pop-up's been trimmed down just so it sinks nice and slow, not super slow, but just enough to not be waffling around too much on the bottom. And both rods have gone out with a free bait stringer on each. I'm using 2 ounce leads today because I don't want to spook any fish out there. I've not got a far cast to do, so, and it is quite silty out in front of here, so I'm using a long hook length 2 ounce lead to combat the silt. So yeah, feeling quite confident. After I cast out, I was getting liners pretty much straight away. They've slowed down, but yeah, I was expecting it to happen any second. So it has slowed down, but I have seen a bit of fizzing going on out there. It's nice and calm, so you can sort of spot these things. So I've seen a bit of fizzing, and yeah, I'm still feeling quite hopeful. So let's see what happens. So yeah, put the rods out. I was fishing off the barrow to start with, having seen a couple of fish and getting the liners. I thought this is as good a place as any to set up camp. So the bivvy's up, it's all set up inside nice and tidy, and yeah, let's see what happens. Fingers crossed. I'm confident now, but ask me that again in another 12 or 24 hours and we'll see what my response will be. But yeah, it's looking good. Let's hope so, eh? See you in a bit. Okay guys, it's just gone 11:15. The sun's trying to break through. It's been a bit drizzly and a bit overcast, which is what the forecast said it would be. The wind's just pushing across the lake, and a little while ago I come and let clear the water about 3 rod lengths out, and so, yeah, come on, that's good. And then a little while ago, about 10 minutes ago, a fish crashed out a little bit further, and then a little short while later another one a little further again. So I've pulled the right hand rod and put it sort of where the second fish showed, so in the middle of all three basically. So yeah, it's looking good. I mean, I see more fish this morning than I saw all of last weekend, or not last weekend, the other week when I was down. The liners have stopped. What I have done, I've had a feel around because I'm fishing straight out and to my right, and to my left I just wanted to have a feel around, so I've got the deeper out. I found a nice little slope, and I've had a feel with the lead, and it's nice and gravelly going down the slope, then it goes a bit soft and then it goes gravelly and rises up again, so it's about 3.5 foot in the little trough. So I put some bait out on that spot. I'm not fishing it yet, I might put a bait on it tonight. I thought I'd put some bait on, and if any fish in the area want to go and investigate, they can, and not have any lines in the water. So that's the theory. I've not put any bait over the rods I'm actually fishing, just the stringers. So like I say, I've just recast the right hand rod with a small bag of crushed boilies, and let's see what happens. But yeah, they're active. They're definitely more fish showing to the right hand side of me at the moment. But yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on it and try and make up my mind where to put the rods tonight. Okay guys, you may wonder about the hat. Keeps changing. That's because this hat, the Fox one, is actually too warm. It's so nice when you're sitting down in the swim and you're relaxing, chilling. This is the hat to have. Keeps your head nice and toasty. However, the downside is when you're lugging the gear around the lake and you're setting up in the swim. I don't know about you guys, but if I get a bit hot and sweaty, and this is not the hat to have in those conditions, so I put a lighter hat on to keep my head slightly warm when I'm doing all that sort of stuff. Yeah, so if you see me changing hats, that's why. But yeah, great hat, this one. I see it on a lot of people wearing it these days, but yeah, it's not one for the summer months. Okay, so this is the rig I'm trying today. I've got a 2.5 ounce flat pair lead, naked line with a lead clip to the lead, coated braid which is about 12 inches long, with the loop section which acts as an anti-tangle boom, and also a way to doing loop to loop to the swivel. Then what I've done different is I'm doing basically what's like the Mark Pictures pop-up rig, using the doubled up rigidity and a chod hook. But what I've done differently is I've combi linked it to the coated braid with a little section to act as a hinge that's peeled back, and then I've just put a conventional hair on there with a bit of silicone. So this is a bottom bait. The reason I've done it is this rig, I don't know if you ever tied it or not, but the hooking potential of this is amazing. It's really sharp, it's quite aggressive with this extra angle. It acts like a really long shanked hook. It's almost like the old bent hook of the old 80s. So yeah, I'm using that as a bottom bait. I've got the tuna wrapped in a stocking because it's been soaking in the chorizo liquid for a while, and because the birds are out and they're picking up the baits every now and again, I've wrapped it in the stocking to stop the birds from pulling it off, and topped with a pop-up that's been trimmed down so it just sinks nicely and sits above the hook like so. So that's going out on the left hand rod, and let's see if it works. Good evening guys, it's just coming up to 5:15. Quick update. Nothing happened on the rods. I did cast out for the night earlier, but the right hand rod was picked up by the swans. It kept picking it up, dropping it, picking it up, dropping it. So I wasn't happy, so I reeled that in. The stocking bait was still on, though it was squished up into a strange shape, but the alpha pop-up had been taken off. So try as I might, I think I've sacked that area for the moment, because the swans are still there at the moment and they're relentless, they won't give up. So I found a spot that's a bit deeper, further out, 5 foot. Now the rod's been leaning against the bivvy for a little while, because try as I might, when I cast it out earlier, there's this algae that's coming up from the bottom and it's pushing the lines up to the surface. So there was a big raft of it going across in front of me, and I wanted to get behind it to get to the deeper spot. And I did try to see if the line would sink through it, but it wouldn't, and it was just literally just had a big bow going across. So but in the last 5-10 minutes the breeze has just started to push it away, so I should hopefully be able to get my bait out there. I would have it to the right, closer in, but like I say, the swans are just relentless, they won't give up, and it may be that later tonight or very early in the morning I might chop one over there if I see any fish showing in that area like they were this morning. But for now I'll get it out a little bit further into the deeper spot, so at least it'll be safe and out of next reach, as it were. So let me crack on, I'll pick this rod up and flick it out there, and I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. So I'm just cooking my curry. It's an Asda jobby, hopefully better than the last effort on the bank. Does look and smell particularly good actually. Chicken tikka masala and some pilau rice. So yeah, looking forward to tackling into that. The only thing I forgot, and the reason I'm drinking the tea, is I've got the cans of the black stuff. Not good, eh? Oh yeah, mind you, tea's bloody good on that. Evening guys, it's about 10 to 2 in the morning. I just got up for a little comfort break, and while I was up I had a little fish crash over to the right where I had the baits earlier, but I didn't put the bait there earlier because of the swans. So I've reeled the right end rod in, put a fresh bait on and just flicked it back out there. We can but try and just hope the swans stay asleep for a little while. Anyway, I'm going back to bed now. Good night. Morning all, about 6 o'clock in the morning, and not a bleep in the night, not a single bleep. That could all change because the swans and the coots are woken up, so if the fish don't bite soon I think they will pick me up before we know it. But anyway, quiet night. Did hear some fish in the night crashing, hence the recast at 2 o'clock this morning. So fortunately I've had some swans over that spot already this morning, but I didn't find the bait, so let's hope something happens. It is sort of bite time now. There's a bit of fizzing going on over the right hand rod, so fingers crossed something happens, and hopefully we don't get any more of that algae stuff floating up. I've seen it before. It's comes up with such a velocity, it sort of makes a boil, and then you see a boil and you think it's a fish, and then the algae comes up to the top, and it's really bizarre. But it comes up with such force, any line that's on top of it is just going to be lifted straight up, which obviously makes presentation a big problem. To try and get round this on the left hand rod yesterday evening, I put a backlid on to sink it below the algae on the surface. That won't stop the algae coming up from pushing the line up though. So we'll see how we get on with that. But at the moment everything looks as it should. Yeah, so it's time for a cup of tea, and yeah, just watch the water for a bit, see what's happening. Hi guys, quick update. It's just gone 7:15. Had a fish crash out just a rod and a half lengths off of the left hand rod. A nice crash out. That's a little while ago, but I've just had a pick up on the right hand rod from the swans as expected. We had a couple that goes at it, and I've reeled it in, and all that's left is taken the pop up off, and that's actually the stocking bait that is obviously chewed into some sort of strange shape. So obviously I'm going to have to re-bait this and flick it back out there. Now whether I put it back in that spot or not, or if I go for the deeper spot further out, I'm not too sure. I'll have a think about it, but yeah, let me get this one re-tackled and I'll see you later. Okay, so a fish, as I'm re-tackling the right hand rod up, has just leapt right over my left hand rod. So let's see what happens. Okay guys, about 10:30 now. It's been nice and sunny, lovely morning. Not the best conditions for fishing in, and I've not seen anything since those fish I spoke about this morning about 7 o'clock crashed out. It's been very quiet, not a touch on the rods. In fact, no, I did have a touch on the left hand rod, couple of bleeps, but I've got a feeling it was a coot hitting the line. He did look a bit sheepish, but anyway, that's it. I'm packing up slowly. If the rods do go, obviously I'll get the cameras back out, but as of now I'm putting everything away, and the cameras got to go away now because the space on the barrow is where they need to go. Okay guys, it's about 10:30, and I'm slowly packing down. I've got all the stuff out of the bivvy, just got to pack the bivvy down. I'm putting the camera away in a minute, so that's it. It's been very quiet, the sun's been up all morning, it's a lovely gorgeous morning in my t-shirt. So yeah, it's a lovely day to be out, but it's not the best conditions for fishing. I'm going to call it a day. Like I say, I'm slowly packing down. I've got to put the camera away next, but obviously if something does happen, then I'll get the camera back out and I'll say hello again. But for now, it's thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon hopefully. Please subscribe, clicking the button over there, and as always you can watch more here. Thanks guys, see ya.